After public comments about leaning more on the veterans, Steve Kerr had no choice but to give rookie Will Richard a chance. Even after multiple DNPs, Richard immediately made an impact, scoring 20 points on efficient shooting in just 19 minutes and completely changing the course of the game. I want to break down his high IQ, high effort plays and show how he forced Kerr's hand and made him impossible to take out of the rotation. So let's get to it. Golden State allowed a ridiculous 44 points in the first quarter. The Suns were getting every open look they wanted and knocking them down. Richard got put in later in the first quarter in a rotation, replacing the awful Buddy Hield, who has inexplicably played every single game since he became a Warrior. Richard's impact was immediately felt. On this Butler post up on the pinch post, Phoenix knows that Jimmy will try to abuse this mismatch. Since Iguodala is barely shading as the weak side low man, Butler attacks the baseline angle early, getting a step on the defender and forcing the Suns into rotations. Now Iguodala has to come help, and with Gillespie dropping down to choose between the cutting Jackson Davis or Richard on the wing, it is fundamental basketball when a player is driving baseline for the weak side guard to drop lower to the corner for the easy kick-out pass, especially when Butler loves to jump pass. Richard makes himself available and confidently shoots a catch-and-shoot three. What would have been a brick for Buddy Hield becomes a necessary three-point bucket by the rookie. In one of my earlier Will Richard videos, I talked about how he consistently crashes the offensive board from the weak side. As a defender, you don't expect the guard to come flying in, but Richard makes himself useful. The second pass, Spencer gets a step and drives on Booker. Richard does not stay put on the perimeter and slot cuts to the paint. With his defender and Dunn not paying attention, Richard can either receive the pass for a high percentage shot at the rim, or in this case, follow up the block shot without a proper box out. Richard is wide open and gets a huge tip in to follow up the miss. These are high effort plays solely from using his athleticism and motor. This shot was when we knew he was hot. You can't see Richard in the beginning of the play now because he is either crashing the rebounds or he is leaking out way ahead of everyone to start early offense for the Warriors. Steph tosses the ball full court down to Richard, who is wide open on the right corner. Seeing Devin Booker close out on him, he attacks off the catch and instead of driving, he sidesteps. Look at the ridiculous amount of space he covers on this sidestep. This not only freezes the defender, but created an absurd amount of space from one dribble. Even with 19 seconds on the shot clock, the confident rookie lets one fly and drops in an impressive triple. I wanted to break down a play that does not involve any stats, but shows Richard's high IQ on the defensive end and getting a stop. Off a mountain turnover, the Suns are on a fast break, but you can see Richard already on the right side of your screen sprinting back right away. With Dillon Brooks having a 3-on-2 advantage here, Richard turns around to play the diving Mark Williams first, but then recognizes Brooks' tendencies to look for his own shot and begins to close out. What would have been an easy lob to the big man now becomes a semi-contested fast break three with a hand in the face, which you would absolutely take if you're a Golden State here in this situation. Melton comes out of nowhere to tap the ball out to the perimeter for a loose ball, but you would imagine Brooks is easily getting this one. Richard sprints back into the screen and taps it out of his hands, releasing it from Brooks' control and allowing the Warriors to fight and pick it up. Huge defensive play that will accumulate no stats, but shows the rookie's imprints on the floor. Before we break down the next play, I gotta put y'all into something that's been a serious upgrade in my routine. Today's sponsor, Gainful. I've actually been using Gainful's protein powder for almost a decade, way before they were a sponsor. Whether I'm hooping, recovering, or trying to stay lean, this stuff has always kept me on track. Their protein powder comes unflavored and you get a full variety pack of flavor sticks, so you can switch it up every single day. No more choking down the same shake over and over. What makes Gainful special is that they're the only brand doing this. Clean, personalized protein with endless flavor options. Every formula uses clinically proven ingredients in real, effective doses. No fillers, no artificial anything. It also makes it easier to stay consistent and actually stick to your goals since you're not getting bored of the flavor. You get real ingredients with real impact, backed by science and built around your body and goals. And with Gainful, you're not just buying protein, you're getting a full system that supports muscle growth, recovery, and daily performance. Go to gainful.com/warriors to get 30% off your first order. That's gainful.com/warriors. Links in the description. Now let's get back to the breakdowns. This was another key play. Phoenix was getting open threes still, and with Booker lining up a second attempt here, look at Will Richard looking around and realizing there is a man right under the rim without a box out. The natural reflex of running to that man and getting inside position no matter the result of the shot is a testament to the high IQ and fundamentals of the rookie. Not only does he box his man out, he gives himself a chance to be in perfect position to grab the loose ball. Then he gets fouled from behind and this becomes 2 free throws and a 5-point swing. Richard does all the little things that a rookie who wants to make an impact does. What a winning type of player. I've explained in my last video on him that he never gets plays run for him. He puts himself in positions to be successful and plays within the flow of the offense. If you're not the first through fifth option, you better learn how to get wide open. Butler tries to post up and tells Richard to spread the floor since he knows his man in Ryan Dunn is cheating to come help. As Melton drives, Dunn starts ball watching and reacts to Richard before reaching at the last second and getting fully out of position. Richard counters by simply moving into open space and dropping lower on the wing, allowing the easy kickout pass. Lastly, you have to execute and hit open shots, something the Dubs have been horrible at this year. Richard finishes the play by knocking a triple. Richard is either spotting up for three or cutting to the rim. It's really as simple as that. Melton has been a solid secondary ball handler, able to get a step on a good defender and use his speed for a straight line drive. As he is attacking with a strong right hand, Royce O'Neal is locked in as the weak side low man but has 1 foot in the paint, pretty much ignoring Richard on the perimeter. As Melton jump stops, O'Neal is predicting the kickout pass, but Richard counters his natural reaction by back cutting on the baseline, allows himself to be available for the bounce pass, and then drawing the foul for 2 more free throws. Last but not least, there is not too much of a breakdown here, but off his own miss, Spencer cheats a bit and reads his lazy pass by Iguodala and picks it off, getting the last shot of the quarter for the Warriors. Richard's nowhere yet to be seen on the screen, but out of nowhere he comes to make himself available. He keeps his game simple by just moving into open space and spreading the floor. No one's paying attention to him initially, but Spencer's pass is a little short, forcing him to pick it up within the 3-point line. And with Iguodala naturally playing the drive as the big man, Richard does not drive and instead counters and steps back for a wide open 3-pointer. The confidence in this young man is straight oozing out of him. There you guys have it. After having a good start to the rookie season, Steve Kerr gave Will Richard 3 straight DNPs while telling the media that he has to yet earn his stripes. After losing these 3 games and being out of the rotation, Kerr's hand was forced as Richard was suddenly getting minutes. He brought instant energy, defensive pressure, and made all the right reads every time he was on the floor. Offensive rebounds, timely shot making, playing well next to Steph and Jimmy, you could feel the momentum shift the second he checked in. This is what it looks like when a young player is patient and forces a coach's hand by being ready. In a tighter rotation and with fewer margins for error, Richard showed he belonged. If he keeps impacting the game like this, he has to earn a permanent spot in the rotation and replacing guys like Buddy Hield. Now on to an important stretch of home games, so if you guys enjoy this breakdown, like and subscribe to see more.